Come on, come explore the tainow store. Come and explore. This channel does not promote the use of illegal or legal drugs. Do not recreate anything that you see or hear on this channel. This video is for harm reduction purposes. Hey guys, welcome to the Just Tai show with your host Santi. I'm here having a wonderful day. Hopefully y'all are. Combine your minds with your hearts, connect those two circles and let whatever come out just come on out. That's how you just tie, guys. That's how you just tie, guys. But I'm doing those crazy laughs as usual, sitting on something unfamiliar, LOL thing, smoking on some orange cookies out here in good old California, trying to find the most comfortable position. Don't really know what this really going to be about, but I guess a thought that was going through my, I guess a thought that goes through a lot of people that start dealing with psychedelics, and it looks like I'm on now because I'm moving around a lot. Thought that goes to a lot of my take psychedelics is, you was used to a lot of stuff. You was used to a lot of things, a lot of habits, watching certain TV programs, responding to people in certain ways. Let me take this head off, you can't see my face. Responding to people in certain ways. And then you start taking this, like, you got that job you always thought, you always wanted. You with the people you always wanted to hang around. You're like this my type of people. I always wanted to build myself up to hang around these people. I'm cool enough now. I got my money straight. I got my job, got the house popping, got my car on deck, got all of that. And then come along this little old mushroom, or this little old tab of LSD, or a little hit of Dimitri, and under certain settings, under certain circumstances, when those experiences happen, people then come out and like, man, what was going on? What was I before all of this? Why was I so overthinking so much? Like, that's one of the things that I went through. Like, I really saw how much I was overthinking, how much I was latching on to all of my thoughts, and thinking that was me being this ultra processor, and then saying that, oh, you just don't understand what I'm going through. When really, people are not going to ever understand what you're going through. That was true, but it was so much more to the story that psychedelics help remind you of, help bring to light that those thoughts that's all running through your head probably not even all your thoughts to begin with. Are any of those thoughts yours to begin with or to end with? And as well, like watching YouTube videos, watching TV and movies, a lot of the movies that we watch before taking psychedelics or shows, after them, it's like that thought don't even pop in your mind to watch it. Or it reminds me of the episode of South Park where Stan was feeling like everything sounded like shit. Everything sounded like poop sounds, the music, the fun, the jokes, everything. And that's how it starts coming about, especially when you really start. But as I was saying, everything started sounding like shit, or the veil was so much removed. Everything, your perceptions, your thoughts, your concepts, everything that people told you was during these trips get removed. Under proper settings, it gets removed. And what I mean by removed, you see yourself without all of that, without all of those concepts and thoughts and ideas. And you still exist. And then you come back. And then it's like all in all too, it's like a Truman Show type experience. But I like to say the Taj experience because I had that happen for myself. But for the outside world reference, the Truman Show experience, where it seems though everybody was, when you come back to, like when the 8 hours is over, is like you come back and it seems though everything is trying to set you up. Or that everything is playing on a version of you that you now play with, and that you know is not entirely you, but something that you come into if you now have the choice to choose to. It's like they give you a choice, but it gave you a choice to actually say what you want to say, watch what you want to watch, do what you want to do. Because the thoughts will pop up like, why am I eating this bowl of cereal? Oh yeah, because all of those commercials of the Lucky Charms guy and the rainbow, all the slogans start popping up in your head just from looking at the box. And you're like, I think I'm gonna eat some oatmeal. Or I'm gonna fry up some eggs or something today. Flip it up. Flip the script today. Flip the script. You start getting in tune with all those habits that made you comfortable. You start getting at first bored with it. At first I started looking at it like, oh, this is what I do. This is what I think is me. This is what I think is me. This is my character. Because other people on the outside see it a lot more often than you. But everybody is so situated that when they're not dealing with psychedelics, so situated in it that they're comfortable with that person always being like that. Oh, he always like that. He been like that since he was a teenager. He like 50-something. He always been like that. And all this, so the expectation that it actually can change doesn't present itself into the atmosphere. So the habits that you have that other people be talking about is really you, is really the character that you're playing out. And with psychedelics, all that get wiped away, but it get wiped away to the point where they're trying to say even the other people out there is used to people playing characters. You start not just seeing your character, but you start seeing other people characters. You start even seeing your dog character, the trees character, the plants character. You're like, oh, y'all just all acting right now. Y'all just playing on the front right now. And the more you get into it, the more real you get. And letting the mushroom talk, the more you really see that even yourself is an actor. Even yourself is an actor. And I used to feel like this as a teenager. And this can help a lot of people like reshape the image of what mental illness is. What mental illness is, because when I was a teenager, I was depressed. I was bipolar. I had my manic days, and I had my depression days. I even had an old mixtape when I was a rapper called Mass Mania. It was my thoughts when I was in this manic mania state. But I used to be sad at first that it felt as though my body was doing something and my thoughts or my spirit or whatever the hell it is on the outside of me or on the deepest inside of me was like, man, why are you doing these things? Like I couldn't control it because I wanted to fit in. Later on, I saw that I just wanted to fit in. But during the time, I was like, I'm doing these things and I don't really know why I'm doing them. And I'm feeling sad and I want to give this person a hug. It seems like if I was in a circle of people, that I was outside the circle watching what was going on. And it wasn't though like I was doing all these things I really, really didn't never want to do in my life, but like murder somebody or something like that. But I was depressed and sad, and it was like I was able to see my character. But growing up in the church and things, all that was taken as, oh, well, you was born in the flesh. You are a piece of shit. You are like the devil got us and things like that. We need to pray to Jesus one day. God is going to come and save us from our wretched selves, and there's nothing we can do about it in this moment. So the way you feel now, you need to give it up to God. So that's what I was doing, and it wasn't working. So then I gave up all of that. Then years later, hey, here we are now talking about psychedelics in 2019. And I know there's a lot of other people like that's going through schizophrenic behaviors too, where it's voices that's giving them thoughts of doubt, and it's like, yo, that's me talking. I'm doubting myself, but it feels as though it's outside of myself, and it's so strong, it's louder than what you're telling me, all this good old love and kumbaya stuff. Like that schizophrenic behavior, schizophrenic lifestyle is taking over a lot of people. It's taking over a lot of people, and the symptoms are barely treatable in the way that they have been going about now, like with therapy or with taking SSRIs and things, because it dumbs you down to where now you're not as creative as you always been before the medication. You don't feel like killing yourself now, but now you don't feel like doing nothing. Probably unless you're given a little schedule, a little 9 to 5, or given a boss that tell you to do this, and then you get this paycheck at the end of the 2 weeks. But the star quality of yourself seems to dissipate. Seems to really dissipate when dealing with SSRIs and depressants that like Xanax and things. When you use those to help you with hearing those negative thoughts in your head. I remember going to my nana when I was younger and saying that this is just the voices that I hear, the depressed thoughts, or I used to say, yeah, they're telling me that this life is not really worth it, or something like that. And she used to tell me that those was demons. But dealing with psychedelics and things, I've really rid all of my thoughts of all those concepts of demons, angels, archons, anything, any label. And I saw overall how it was me. Now that is a very tile lesson that the mushrooms really showed me, and they showed a lot of other people as well. Shout outs to True Life, shout outs to UL, shout outs to a lot of other people out there. I don't have their name on deck for people that really traveled that far, but I seen their videos and I watched their forums. I watched their forums and read their videos. Yeah, that's what I did. So I know there's a lot of other people out there, but I had the experience for myself where I seen that I was in silent darkness, left my body, went through all the trip and all the yada yada stuff, and I saw that I saw that I was the person with the cameras recording myself. It was an audience and I was the audience. I was the editor and I wasn't the editor, but I was the editor. Like literally I saw it with my face. It wasn't a feeling. It was a feeling too, but I was like past all my feelings. It's kind of weird to talk like that, but it was just revealed face. It was just face. And still that was just a level of just this concept of what's here. It's still more beyond that. But from the most that I've seen, from the things that I interact with, it's all me at the biggest end of the day. But the way that life plays out is going to play out to make it not always seem like that. But that's a whole nother story I'm going into. Cause that's what I'm talking about right now is just how mushrooms and dealing with psychedelics after a while start having your world seem like everything is not cool. Is set up, or things you're interested in that you spend so much time doing, you don't want to do it no more. Like watching YouTube videos, I'm like, you can't get me with this clickbait, not even with the titles. Like I see why they wrote certain titles, and it's like I don't feel like latching onto that emotion. Like a surprise box feeling. Watch me open this mystery box. Ooh, what's inside? Go with that feeling. Like I'm not even saying, ooh, what's inside? Because I watched mystery open box videos before, so I know the feeling. It's like I'm able to see the feelings now and see it work out and change reality around. So I don't have to participate in it unless I really choose to in that moment. And after a while, it starts shaping up where it's not like everything is shit and you got to find the good. But it start getting, once you start working and time starts passing on, or whatever time is, the mushroom, it seems as though it gets you in this state of being where you're just being. You're in a state of being where you're just being, where you're not tripping yourself up about, oh, I can't watch this video no more. Oh, I can't hang out with these kind of people. I don't want to hang out with these kind of people anymore. Or, oh, I don't want to eat this kind of food every day anymore. Like I'm going into habits, or respond in this certain type of behavior when this kind of scenario pops up because it's what I seen on TV before, or this how people where I grew up, this how they talk, so this how I respond. Like I'm just chilling. It's alright. But really like going in depth into what I'm feeling. Like saying, yes, I'm feeling real relaxed right now. The sun is hitting my face. Ooh, I don't have, like, just really going into depth about what's going on. I got this good weed right now. It's hitting my body. Watching smoke go in the air. That cherry burning. Like, really being so much in the present. And really, like not tripping yourself up anymore, it allows you to really see the good in the present and not just trip up over the psychosis that you usually get right after the trip. Sometimes after big trips, sometimes where you see the shit in everything, because everything is shit and everything is not shit. If everything is being, then everything is not being. If everything is shit, then like I said, it's not shit at the same time. So it really gets you into balance. It really gets you into a cool balance in earth. That's what I'm seeing, right? That's what I'm seeing in my life, dealing with the mushrooms and talking to other people that have been dealing with this for 20, 30, 40 years. It's like coming back to playing a game and you don't know all the rules, but you know how to be content about what you're playing and about how you play it and observe the details, the cool details in the game that made it what it is. Like going back and playing a Nintendo 64 game or a PS1 game and just living in the nostalgia instead of like complaining about it. Like complaining that, oh, these are lousy graphics. These graphics suck. I can't play this. But saying, wow, this is the graphics for the time that this was created. These people worked really hard to develop this. This is the fun that can be attained from losing yourself in this 3D polygon environment. Regardless if I can make out the edges of the person's face is not completely smooth and malleable and squishy, but it's kind of blocky. But those blocks are pretty damn sweet. I like looking at them. Look at my arms. I'm a block now when I'm in this world. It gets that appreciation factor to a whole nother thing, because this world, you'll be like, man, why would I create this shit? Why would I create all of these things like hunger, mass hunger, poorness, anger, wars? Why would I create all of this if I did create all of this? If the shrooms are telling me I created all of this and showed me, why would I have created all of this? It's because that's what it is. It is what it is. There's no more balance to it than it being it is what it is. Because for every point I give, in order to really be it is what it is, I'll have to give a counterpoint to even what I'm saying. And somewhere out in the world, somebody's giving a counterpoint to everything I'm saying. And thus the world is what it is. And that's why the jokers be laughing at people and the jesters be laughing at people when they go to those realms. People that smoke DMT. And during the beginning experience, when you really, and even in psilocybin experience, 'cause I saw the jesters during my experience too with mushrooms, is they're laughing at you whenever you're getting lost in any kind of sauce. Even if you feeling good about it at times, it's still, as True puts, a fuckery box that they're just showing you, and you getting lost in one of them thoughts. That's something that mushroom really get me really in tune with. And I think microdosing for doing it, because when people really get into big dosages, they still have some kinks to work out that take some time, or they say, man, I'm only going to do this once a year. I don't know. That was a dope experience, but I only can handle like once, twice a year. But with microdosing, it'll get you prepared to enter behind the main stage. Reveal that you on the main stage and be prepared to see behind the curtain as well. And then the big dosages take you behind the curtain, like, there it is. Nothing is real. With microdosing, it like allows you to see that thin line between, oh yes, we are all on the stage, and I can see a little bit behind the workings and the curtains. I can see the people pulling the ropes, making sure the lighting is just right, and all them things, all them magnificent things. But I was saying that mushrooms, they have you at a point where you don't get trapped up in reality. You can see, like I was saying before with the TV, like the thoughts start popping up, them subliminals start popping up in your head that was already there. And it seems though, like, when you're in a fight and you can smell it in the air, Somebody stole my bike from Mina, my girl, and then we got it back. Because she ran in an Uber and saw the person with the bike and said, yo, let me get the bike back. Now I'm walking around like, yo, I'm going to find this guy. And I was walking around while she told me, I had all these thoughts popping in my head, and it was making me go off the behaviors. The behavior was after the thought. Like I was still walking around because I had these thoughts in my head. And then I said, wait a second, it seems like I'm being set up, and I've been microdosing. So I'm always, like I said, I'm always on that edge. And I was like, wait, it seems like I'm being set up. Wait, I know that I'm being set up. I'm not going to get all upset about this, but I know that I'm going to get my bike back. So I went back home, and then I went skating later. And she got the bike back. And she, like I said, she got the bike back. And then I went skating later, and I saw the guy, and I felt it in the air. I felt it in the air. He looked at me, and I was like, yo, what am I going to do right now? As soon as I asked that question, all these movie quotes popped up in my head, and ways that popped up from when I was in Philly started popping in my head. And it was like I could have responded off of those thoughts. But I was beyond those thoughts. I thought those thoughts appearing. And I was so used to having thoughts not being so attached to the I that I was like, man, I see movies doing this. I see other people, characters doing this, but I don't see me doing this. Me attacking him. Me doing all the things that I really thought that I wanted to do. Or the things that was in my thought space, in my mind. The thoughts that was in my mind space. So I didn't act on that character. And I've just recorded him. I was like, yo, you steal my bike? And he told me the story. Yeah, I gave it back. He seemed like he was real drugged out. So I didn't even feel the urge to attack him. I just felt myself coming up with this character. And I was like, I don't even want to be that character. So it just went off. And that's a magnificent thing that I think that if when mushrooms are experienced, that this is a character that they bring about, this kind of magician-like character where you are a magician over your feelings. And that's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. A lot of people just bury them or they just go off a whim. Go off a whim. My trigger finger is itchy. My trigger finger is itchy. Or you just gonna let them look at you like that? Look at you side eye like that? Man. But still, that's going to happen because that it is what it is on Earth. It is what it is on Earth. And no form of depression or no form of happiness can take me anywhere that I don't wish to be, unless I wish to be there. But yeah, that's what I got when it comes to the mushroom, and really experiencing it and seeing how it makes things turn to sour and it makes things turn to good. And not to get so lost in the good or the bad. Like, it's the Styles P line that ran in my head. He was saying, when it's sunny, he wishing for some rain. And when it's rain, he wishing for some sun. So that he can have some humble times when the sun is around too much. But he can always know that the sun is still going to be up when the rain is there. The rain is only for a time period, and the sun is only for a time period. It's all the same. It's all the same. But yeah, guys, I'm going to tie out, guys. I'm going to tie out right now. I love you guys. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Tai always. Check out the Tai. If you want to help out the channel with a computer. I don't have a computer or nothing right now. It broke. I'm working with the fam so they can help me get another one. But if y'all want to help with any future projects, got a Cash App now. It's tainow. Tainow. I'll put it in the description. And the tainow store if you want some merch. I'll put that in the description as well. But that's what's going to help the channel bloom, really bloom. So, as well as participating, because once the computer back, I'm going to go back with the lives very much anytime. Like, it's no playtime once I get there. But y'all see, I ain't going to talk about it. That's another thing I learned. Silence is golden. So when it happens, I just hope that y'all are there to have y'all seat, y'all first class, second class, all first class seats, and we all gonna be on the stage together. But but again, I'm gonna tie out, and we all tie. But do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Until next time, this is Santi saying Tai always. Adios. Tainow store, come and explore. Explore at the Tainow store. Store, come and explore. Explore, Tainow store. Store, come and explore. Explore, Tainow store. Explore, come on, come explore the Tainow store. Store, come and explore.